President Trump threatened to cut off funds from universities that allow what he called illegal protests.
Tuesday, President Donald Trump appearing to target that fundamental constitutional right
he calls illegal protests.
When President Trump says illegal protest, what does that mean? Who gets to decide what's an illegal and illegal protest?
What we're seeing now is a very systematic, deliberate, intentional, and national attempt to curb any kind of protest.
Right now, with the new Trump administration and so many people getting activated and kind of rising up in opposition, it's sort of has become a movement for defending democracy and protecting our Constitution.
There was a lot of protests going on at downtown, right? And I wasn't able to participate because, as being undocumented, I feel they're going to be looking for undocumented people, especially those type of protests. There's a lot of fear. Most of my friends that were undocumented, even those that were documented, which have DACA, were afraid to go just because what if your DACA gets taken away from you? Now, what you've worked so hard to get, it's gone. And it creates a fear that you don't want to go to protest for your own rights.
Up with liberation! Down, down with occupation! Down, down with occupation! Donald Trump, you can hide!
This week, we have all learned of the name Mahmoud Khalil, a courageous student at Columbia University that has been abducted, thrown into a detention center, and threatened with deportation by the Trump administration.
Well, what we're seeing is an attempt to suppress dissent in the United States. This has occurred before. It occurred in the 1950s during the so-called McCarthy era, and so it's not new. However, what's different is, for one thing, we have a president basically leading that effort. The really intense period of protest, of course, had been from about the middle 60s into the 1970s with the Chicano movement. And so there was a foundation, there was a tradition that had been established. And then, of course, symbolically, it stands as a major achievement.
This is a 55th anniversary. It reminds people of what the effort, the significance, the heart of what it took for a community to come together to protest, in a sense, to the city of San Diego. And that is, you always have the right to your voice, and nobody should take your voice or your language from you.